Hey gang, welcome back to Jade's Garage. Today I plan to put the windshield into the '68 Mustang known as Jade. If you like videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to see more, and hit that thumbs up button. Thanks. Alright, so as I mentioned, I'm going to be replacing the windshield. The windshield that was in this car, it was not cracked, but it was not in very good condition. It had a lot of scratches in it, and I just couldn't justify putting it back in the car. There was no way it was going to look good. So I bought a new one from Auto City Classics. Now the windshield itself I believe was $129, and shipping was like $110. It arrived via FedEx, and surprisingly enough it wasn't broken. The box itself was in great shape, the packaging was great, and I'm very happy with all of that. The thing is, there's a difference between the new windshield and the old windshield. Now the standards in '68 probably required a windshield that I'm going to give some measurements on that was so thick. Now the standards are lower or thinner. So there is a very big difference between the thickness of the original glass and the replacement glass. I'm going to go over that as well. Let's take a look at the two pieces of glass and see how they compare. So I have both pieces of glass on stands, as you can see. The one from Auto City Classics, it came wrapped up in many layers of bubble wrap and then packaged inside a big cardboard box with a lot of extra material around it, and it arrived in good condition. It also has a rubber seal around it, or gasket, to protect it as well. One of the biggest differences you will probably notice right off is this tinted section up here at the top. And also I point out that the glass itself should have a subtle green tint to it. So if you compare the color here of the bubble wrap versus here, you're going to see a difference. This car had factory air conditioning and it had green tint windows, so I wanted to go back with that. This is definitely darker than what was in the original, and I'm okay with it. I think it's going to blend in nicely with the color of the car. If I go over here to the original glass, you can see it does have smoke up here at the top, and it also has the green tint to it. I'll point out that this even says car light. This is the original, how they would have come with the car light logo, and it even says sun visor and sun something. Can't read it all, but laminated safety glass, and that's the factory etching that's in there. Now again, I point out the difference between the two. You can see this thickness right here. I'm going to do a measurement for you using this caliper. Make sure it's zeroed out, and see if I can't get a good angle on this. Alright, so this piece of glass measures 275. So 275, that looks like a good number. 275. Now if I compare that to the new piece, you can already see it's a lot thinner. But I'm going to put the caliper on there, close it up, and this one measures out at about 192, roughly 190, 192, somewhere in that range. Big difference, big difference. Now, is it going to come into play? I hope not. It should fit into the car just like it should. The gasket should compensate, and of course I'll be putting in bedding material after the install. I'm not going to do it before. I'll put it on after. So now you see the comparison between the two pieces of glass, and I'm going to prep to get the new one in. Alright, so I also have, just to show you, Daniel Carpenter's windshield seal kit, or gasket. So I'll be using that. Now, this gasket, you'll take it out of the packaging, unspool it basically, and what you'll find is it has rigid corners. I mean, they're formed corners. So get it all untangled, untwisted, and then when you look at it, you're going to have a flange on the inside, and of course the flange in the inner portion of the gasket. So when you look at it, you're like, well, which way does it go? To make it easy, I'll just show you. When I put this up in place, if you look at the thickest part of the gasket, and then it has the flange on the inside. That flange has to go to the inside of the car. So when you're putting this on, make sure that is to the inside of the windshield. As you work your way towards the end, pay attention to your corner, because you may have to stretch the gasket slightly to get it around that corner. Just know that. Whew. Okay. It's on. Drive that on. With the gasket on the windshield, everything looks good. I was concerned again with the thickness of the windshield, but really that gasket has squeezed down on it very nicely. The next thing I want to do is put in some rope. I think, I don't remember if this is 5/16. It's like clothesline, simple rope. And the idea is you get it, you peel the flange back that's going to go around the pinch weld, the perimeter of the windshield, and you put this rope in because it'll help pull this rubber into the car. So when I did the back window, I did it where I started in the middle, and I realized that doesn't really help you, because you're not really don't need to start from the middle. You need to start in a corner. So what I want to do is I'm going to put this piece of rope inside of the channel, and then when I get the window set in the corner to start, because that's where I need to start, I can pull the rope and it's going to work it around, or pull the flange up and into or around the pinch weld. So not that complicated. Again, I'm not using the butyl, ribbon or whatever they would put behind this. I'm not doing that. I'll come back later and add some sealant around the perimeter up here. There's two flanges on this right now that are holding this, or will seal against the frame of the car. So hopefully adding some sealer right there on that edge will help seal it up. So let me get the rest of the rope on here, and then when it comes time to put it in the car, I'm going to spray this down with Windex. Okay, so the rope is in. I'm going to take some, like I said, Windex and just soak it down. Make everything slick. I'll do the top as well. I just can't get back there right now. Okay, so we're going to set the glass in place. I showed earlier where I put all the clips around the perimeter, so that's taken care of. I also removed the little centerpiece that holds the sun visors, and over on the corners of the A-pillars, little trim pieces that hold the headliner, little black pieces of metal. I've taken those out, just trying to make sure everything is out of the way. So the rope is now soaked, the windshield should be ready to set in, and hopefully this all goes smooth. So we get that. You gotta go up over. There you go. I'm not sure about that. It looks a little high on the top. I see it's all right. What's on? Yeah. It's gotta come out. I'll tell you what, come on over here. Okay. Since the rope is over there, we'll just try it. We'll swap places. And pick that corner kind of up, so I have this corner as a pivot. All right. So what I want to do is get my hand inside of that lip. All right. There we go. Got that part. All right. So just kind of keep pressure on it, down. I'm going to try to pull this rope. Catching on it. The outer. It's pulling. You can see it rotating the seal the wrong way. It's coming. I don't know if I expected that. This part of the seal would be a hang up.
Want me to pull the rope?
Not yet. I'm gonna get it on that lip. Keep pushing it down on it a little bit. Okay, good. I think it has to come. There we go. No. Yeah. Okay. So this should already be coming down over, and it is. There we go. Okay. Gently. Let me get out here. Okay. Yeah. Looks like it's going down.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Let me switch sides with me.
Yep.
Okay. So just keep pressure on it. I want to make sure this part isn't. You're going right. All right. Come around the corner. Is it coming? Can you see it?
Yep, it's coming.
Okay. Kind of walk it over there. Hold on. Okay, so as the seal was going down, there's two kind of ribs down here, and those were catching on the pinch weld. So you may have seen we were pushing down. I took the tool and I got behind it and just kind of pried it out so that it would slip over this pinch weld. Now we got to get all the way over to this side and get this corner in. The whole time we're doing this, we're keeping pressure on the glass and pulling this rope. Now you can see, hopefully see, that is coming around the pinch weld. So, and you take the rope and you can walk it a little bit like this, and it kind of helps it. So I'm going to go back outside and put pressure on that corner while he's pulling on the rope. All right.
All right, we're at the corner.
At the corner, so you're going to walk it around. Oh, there, I felt something go. Need a booger hook?
No, we got to make sure the windshield, the seal is moving, but the windshield's not.
Okay. Looks like it's in. We got.
I don't see daylight.
That bottom edge doesn't look quite right.
No, it doesn't.
It almost looks like this outer piece is hung up a little. Right here.
Yep.
There you go. All right. Yep. I think it's coming in. I think it's looking good. top looks okay. Alright, now what I've got to see... Huh? Yeah, there's a clip right there.
Okay.
It's just catching on it. This is touching the edge of the frame, the windshield post itself. This has a little tiny bit of a gap. So I don't know if I can shift it slightly over. Yeah, there's moved. Just enough. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, it's good. See, that's all it takes.
Yeah, it's simple.
Yeah. As you can see, the windshield is in. I'm pretty excited at this point. That is a big step in the build of this car. However, there's still more to come on this process. I still have to put the trim pieces that go on top of the dash panel. That's going to be a struggle. I need to reinstall the little pieces of metal that go on the headliner up in top of the A-pillar, and of course the little piece that holds the visors. I will need to come up with a mirror for this car. Now whether I go with a factory mirror or just a generic mirror, I don't know yet. But I need to put that on. And then of course I still need to seal it. And I mentioned it on the back glass. I have some urethane material or butyl material in a 3M tube. Hold on. So I still need to seal it. And what I have is some of this 3M auto bedding compound. Okay, bedding and glazing compound. Hopefully this is enough to do both the front windshield and the rear glass. But I will be going around and pulling the lip of the seal off the glass and applying some of this behind that. And more than likely, what I'll do here around the perimeter is come on top of the seal and just coat it into match the metal. So it's making contact there. I know that there's other ways to do this. I know that you're supposed to, well, I guess supposed to, put some compound inside of that when you're doing it. I chose not to. Now, there's multiple reasons for that. For one, I really don't expect this car to get wet. But I'm also working on sealing it with this stuff. Hopefully this works. So anyway, I'm pretty excited. And I'm looking forward to getting more out there for you. There may be some changes coming to the channel. Just letting you know right now, there may be some changes coming. And hopefully you're all on board with it, because I have to make some changes. More on that later. But thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hit that like button. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.